Well,
Fire truck.
I've seen them like that.
Oh, we're good, we're good.
Tough act
You
to
guys-
follow.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
All right, so would you introduce yourself and then you?
Absolutely. I am Bob Dowd, Director at the Department of Emergency Services for Lebanon County. And I have several items for the commissioners to approve this morning. The first is a co-location agreement with ZITO Business. And the premise behind this is they are leasing us dark fiber between here and our new building. And we are leasing them space in our server room. It's a $0 lease, mutually beneficial, and I recommend the commissioners approve it.
Now that I understand what dark fiber is, I will make a motion to approve your request.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions for Mr. Dowd?
What is dark fiber?
It's not the dark web. I was ready to vote against it.
Is it just some?
It's fiber optic network cable. Difference between dark and lit is when you're leasing dark fiber, you control the actual light that goes through the cable, meaning the connectivity on both sides. So essentially, it's yours from point to point, no one else in the middle.
Okay.
Are you at large, or are you okay to mention which points they will be connecting?
It's between this building and the new facility. So it's about 2 miles of fiber, and they're giving us 4 strands, which we will use to basically ensure connectivity between both sites. That'll be used for backup between both our data centers. In the event of a failure, this is part of our connectivity that allows us to migrate over to the backup network.
Okay. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. So moved.
Okay, next I have a series of 3 change orders for the building. The first one is plumbing contractor change order number 1 for a total of $8,985. This is just some small changes to downspouts and different insulation type inside the ops building, which is just a more rugged insulation type.
The motion to approve that change order?
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that we approve this plumbing change order. Any questions regarding the motion? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. So moved.
The next one I have is a change order with the general contractor number 5. Total amount for this change order is $54,259. It incorporates a bunch of small changes, and once again, all of these are things that they're finding along the way where the plans just don't quite translate into something that works in the real world, and they're adapting as they need to make the building functional and make it correct. The lion's share of this particular change order was that UGI needed to come in from a different side of the property than originally expected, and because of that, we had to go through and blast for an additional trench. That piece alone was $36,414. The rest are just little changes. One of them, we actually changed how some countertop space in the operations building was going to work, which resulted in a credit. So.
Motion.
Make a motion to approve the, I think it's $4,259.
54. 54,259.
Okay. It looked like a dollar sign to me. It's a 5. Okay. Thank you. I had lines through it and I couldn't tell it was a 5.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve that general contractor, general construction amendment. Any questions? If not, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. So moved. Can you go back to the first one, plumbing?
Yep.
Did you say that was order number 1 or 3?
With the plumbing contractor, yes. So the numbering is with the specific contractor. So this is the first plumbing change that we've had.
Thank you.
Okay, the final one is general contractor number 6, change order number 6. The total amount for this change order is $164,008, but I'd like to break that out into 2 different pieces. $131,793 of that is to construct the tower and the shelter, which, even though it's captured as a change order, is not part of the building project. That's part of our radio project and is subsequently funded from that funding stream. So the actual building change order for this is $32,215. Once again, it's a bunch of small changes. They needed to change some roof details, some siding details, things that were going to ensure correct flashing and correct water drainage. There was some additional downspouts added in areas that there was concern about lack of correct or adequate drainage. And we asked them to install some additional fiber optic line between our radio shelter and the building.
May I make a comment there, just to clarify? So the tower portion, is it fair to say that it was being done, you just had it in a different
Yes.
different source of funding, moving it into this project because it's on this site? This is the tower that occupies the site versus the other towers that are around the county. And
Yes.
So you're doing it along with the project.
Doing along with the project, and all of the contractors that are doing this have all the equipment there. They're already pouring concrete, they're already doing a lot of this. It makes it much more efficient.
Motion to approve.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that we approve this amendment. Any questions? Any more discussion? If not, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same signs. So moved.
Could you give a snapshot of just where things are?
Yep. Project-wise, most things are still on schedule. We are starting to see a little bit of, I guess the best way to put it is concern about availability of electrical switchgear. At the last job meeting, our electrical contractor informed us that all the ship dates that they had keep coming and going without the product actually being shipped. We're hoping that it doesn't cause any actual delays in the building, but there is a real possibility at this point that electrical could be an issue. This is not unique to our project in any way, shape, or form. This is just an industry-wide issue. Outside of that, everything is progressing very well. We are in the process of moving into the finishing interior, so walls are starting to get painted in some areas. Finishes are going into bathrooms. Lots happening. Exterior siding will start to go up in the next 30 days. You will see asphalt, at least that first binder layer, go down in the next few weeks. Very rapid progression into more of a finished look from the outside.
Notwithstanding the electrical shipping, provided that maybe the next shipping date is hit, what kind of completion are we looking at this point, or what would be move-in? Still September?
Fingers crossed that electrical ships and starts to get installed. Building completion at this point is July, end of July, which would allow us to start moving stuff in through August. Part of our department would move in right away. The stuff that doesn't have a lot tied to it, for example, the operations staff, which is more of just picking stuff up and moving it. 911 would be the last thing to move because it's the most complex and is tied into many systems that have to get moved, tested, turned on, spend some time configuring. I don't expect to see 911, the actual call center itself, move until probably November.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions regarding?
the change orders that you did today, roughly 200 grand thereabouts, so some things. How is that impacting the cushion?
Yep. I knew you were going to ask. So we actually captured in change orders today from the building fund $95,495. The rest of that money is coming out of our radio project, which was budgeted for, and that's where it's the towers specifically are being funded out of ARPA money. To date, before this, was $420,000 that we have spent in change orders out of the 1.7 million that we had allocated. So with today's, that still leaves a cushion of about 1.2 million.
And I don't think you used the word ARPA, but the radio funds are from ARPA.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? All in favor, please indicate by saying. No, that was just the update.
Yes, yeah, we're aside from scheduling concerns, electrical, we are still budgetarily perfect, right where we're supposed to be, and everything else is on track.